Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Harakakadash, the oneness, the elder apostles, great mills on the rule wall, and Shalom to the brothers in white Syrian truth. Got this article on the Financial Times, the FT, talking about Sam Altman, the former still the OpenAI co-founder. I think he got ousted, then he got put back on. He's looking to start his own, CHIP, his own implant company. So it says Sam Altman challenges Elon Musk with plans for Neuralink rival. It says what? OpenAI and its co-founder Sam Altman are preparing to back a company which will compete with Elon Musk's Neuralink by connecting human brains with computers, heightening the rivalry between the two billionaire entrepreneurs. Yeah, so even with like these implants, it's not been one like just Neuralink doing it for a while. There've been a lot of different companies, and I feel like 3-4 of them at least have gotten to what you call it, to like trials, testing it on people, jamming it in people's heads. What was it say? The new venture called Merge Labs is raising new funds at a $850 million valuation, with much of the capital expected to come from OpenAI's ventures team, according to 3 people with direct knowledge of the plans. Altman has encouraged investment and will help launch the project alongside Alex Blania, who runs World, an eyeball scanning digital ID project, also backed by the OpenAI chief, said 2 of the people. Okay, so that's the same guy that did the eyeball scanners. I think it's the ones where they have those little machines. Was that eyeball scan? Yeah, I think it was like they're building a database of like eyeball scans globally and given free crypto to people for their eyeballs. So these, and that's the thing, is like with this newer technology, especially with like the UK as well, have been pushing ahead with the online digital ID thing, where it's UK and Australia currently, where because this ain't all, it's for the safety of the children, for children's safety, we need what do you call it? We need, but for children's safety, we need what is it, like ID online when you access like dangerous parts of the internet, adult parts of the internet, whatever. And then with with these online ID databases, that all underpins the beast system. Because what does it say? Altman will co-found the company, but not have a day-to-day role in the new project they added. Merge is one of a slate of young companies looking to take advantage of recent advances in AI to build more useful brain-computer interfaces. Its name comes from what many in Silicon Valley describe as the merge, a moment when humans and machines come together. So yeah, that's a big part of the allure, the draw of like these companies that have currently pushing this what do you call it, this BCI as they call it, which is just chip technology, the mark, where they're saying, because you had Elon Musk, it was like 2018, I think, the first time he did the big presentation. He was saying, for humanity to compete with AI, You need to, just select. You need to have, AI merged into your brain. You need to merge with technology. And again, this guy's company's based on that concept, but it's not even Elon. He's competition. But these guys are all in. They're all in that same spirit. And the thing really is, as far as it goes with, the merge, you fusing your brain with AI. That's what these elite are really trying to do. They're trying to have these technologies basically allow them to try and get on the level, to compete with the Most High, compete with the Holy Spirit, and then try and have a means to contend, with Yahushua when he returns, and try and make immortality for themselves. That's really what these technologies for, as far as on their level. But then for the people on the bottom, it's a system of control. These guys are thinking, that you got shows like the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman and whatnot, but the elite are the one thinking, okay, they want to have their body fortified so it never ages. They got super strength, they got whatever, or they download their brain into like a exoskeleton, and then they can have super duper whatever, like Altered Carbon is a good example where they're just able to have the backup of their brain on a satellite somewhere in the heavens. Then they can just download into bodies and just do whatever. But the people on the bottom, that system then becomes slavery. Fucking hell. Supreme slavery, man. So this is what Altman wrote a lengthy blog on the topic in 2017, speculating that the moment could come as soon as 2025. This Jay suggested in another blog post that we could soon have high bandwidth brain-computer interfaces as a result of recent technological advances. So yeah, he's down with, he knows what he's pushing. But the fullness of it is this is a technology that's going to be used as part of that system, man, part of that beast system. Because it says, although the talks are in early, the company aims to raise $250 million from OpenAI and other investors. Although the talks are at an early stage, Altman will not personally invest. The new venture would be in recent direct competition with Neuralink, founded by Musk in 2017, which seeks to wire brains directly to computers. Musk and Altman co-founded OpenAI, but Musk left the board in 2018 after clashing with Altman, and the two have since become fierce rivals in the pursuit of AI. Musk launched his own AI startup, xAI, in 2023, and has been attempting to block OpenAI's conversion from a non-profit in the courts. Musk donated much of the initial capital to get OpenAI off the ground. Neuralink is leading a pack of so-called BCI companies, while a number of startups such as Precision Neuroscience and Synchron have been racing to catch up. So yeah, it's not like it's just Neuralink. There's a lot of these companies, and like what these guys are, how much they said it was 600 million. No, it was 850 million. I think it was worth. Yeah, 850 million valuation. So these are things where that technology has been pushed heavily to the forefront. And then again, it's the whole appeal of the modern push is merging with AI. Because this is an interesting part as well, a bit further down. It says brain implants are a decades-old technology, but recent leaps forward in AI and in the electrical components used to collect brain signals have offered the prospect that they can become more practically useful. So yeah, it's like brain implants aren't even new. They've basically been, possible to an extent for a while, but now's the time where the technologies around it have developed to where they can pull it off. Because even with what's it called, like high speed internet, with what's it, like 5G, 6G technologies. All these different things have now developed to a point where if you know you got that device, just it's like the smartphone, where and even then it's like the part of the smartphone that's communicating. You can have a tiny, it's like RFID tags and whatnot. These things, like, you can communicate information with them, far more quickly and easily and whatnot. All these things are developed, like when you go back to like the 2000s, when there was like dial-up internet. And was there even wireless? Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was wireless. Because I think even Wi-Fi is kind of old. But then it would have been shit speeds, shit quality, like quality in the airwaves and whatnot. And then you have as well with I know with the UK, but I'm not actually sure with the States, where you had like TV. You used to have the analog signals of TV in the airwaves, and then that's why I think they could even do 5G, because they got rid of the analog signals, and then they just do digital TV. So it's even like opening up the airwaves to have the bandwidth available for sending all this information. These are things that have all developed to now, where what they desire to do with that technology is feasible. Because just like you have, it's like mobile phones really push forward that mobile phone technology is like the linchpin of like, okay, just being always connected, always at the beck and call, always locked into the system. And then through things like social media, or even just like messaging platform like WhatsApp or whatever, even like Slack and things like that, people can always be at the beck and call of like work or friends, family, whatever. So this can be fulfilled, man. Revelation 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So yeah, everyone, small and great, rich and bond, free and poor, everyone basically having to participate in that, in dealing with that, having that mark, man. Because that's a big aspect of it. Everyone having it, everyone dealing with it, and then in doing so, they're all bound into that system. And that's the thing is most people already are. Most people are just like, oh well, if that's where technology is going, then okay, that's fine. Nah, they're not even that. They're optimistic. They're eager to just kind of jump on it. Oh, is that what take that? Okay, yeah, I'll deal with that. I'll jump on. I'll fuck with that, because they're thinking like, oh yeah, it will just eventually be like Terminator's future, or what's in it, or like Blade Runner, or what, or like Black Mirror or whatever, those Black Mirror episodes. Even though it's like they're watching like, oh, it's kind of it's kind of weird or whatever, but then a lot of people are optimistic, like, oh, you could just download, you could like replay memories in your brain, you could just like communicate telepathically, or you could just use technology, just kind of do things. These are things that a lot of people, that they're just thinking, they've been caught in the allure of like, oh, you're gonna merge with AI, you're gonna have like Google search in your brain or what. It's funny as well, because it's like even like what was it, like YouTube search, Google search, all these things have got worse over time as well. Their technology is fucking decayed. The Google search, like back in the 2000s, even the 2010s as well, after it came in the truth. I remember you used to be able to find all kinds of information on that. You used to be able to do like actually get like and find a lot of like good history, good little sites and whatnot, where people would break down certain historical things, break down certain details of this society, and you like have little websites here and there you can kind of go to, and it's like it's one of those. It's like if you don't have them things saved in like your bookmarks from like a decade plus ago, like to try and then find it in like there's YouTube videos as well where it's like try and then find it. Like, bro, that's an impossibility. Like that shit don't even exist. A lot of them things don't even fucking exist. They either got wiped out or they just kind of took it off the search, so you can't even find it unless you got the direct link to the video. Like it's a wrap. So it's fucked. But then those are things that, you know, people are still optimistic on. They think like, oh, technology has answered all, you know, worries, pains, whatever in the world. They think, oh, okay, you know, cancer's gonna be solved. You know, if you can't walk, you're quadriplegic, then, you know, that technology, you jam that in, and it would just be like, okay, it will send electrical signals, and then you can just move the brain and blah 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 and stimulate the muscles, and you know, they're really bought in. But what does it say? Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemies or thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. And that's really the root of dealing with Esau, you know, from the onset of when he rose back into power. And then even with this as well, it says what, set him not piety. It's like setting him piety was what facilitated him, you know, building himself back up, setting himself back up. Which is, you know, that's part of the prophecy anyway. He needed to come back up and, you know, go back to even with Paul, you know, though there needed to be that falling away first. You know, that man of sin needed to be revealed. Which, you know, that's the real. He did, you know, Jake needed to get destroyed even further. And then Esau needed the liberty to build up his systems. Otherwise, what we wouldn't, you know, wouldn't be in a state we're in now. Wouldn't have, you know, this word flourishing. You wouldn't have, you know, the word going out. You wouldn't have Esau basically pushing these prophecies and technology to the point it needs to be, to where, you know, Yahushua can make his return. Where, you know, we're basically on the cusp, man. The four winds are being held back because it's that close, man. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. And yeah, that's the reality of dealing with him. You know, he's got a nature. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard change his spots? You know, therefore, how can one who's accustomed to doing evil do good? That's the thing, is with Esau. Esau's, you know, counterbalance to that is to try and change what the notion of good is. He's made his own definition of good. That's why you have things like, you know, a good person. And then what is it? You know, everyone out here will say, oh, I'm a good person. Like, what does that even mean, bro? This guy's gonna, you know, he's gonna strangle someone and be like, oh, I'm a good person. You know, suplex your dog and say, "Oh, I'm a good bro. You're a monster. You're an animal." But you know, that definition is it's underpinned by "do as thou wilt." Really, when you're dealing with, you know, good, that's a new concept. But you know, well, the nature of Esau is wickedness, man. That's why he's even trying to develop and have, you know, these technologies put together, because he's, you know, he's wicked desires, man. That's what he's looking to fulfill. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. And yeah, that's you know, this guy has got his own people in slavery. You know, this guy got the rule, and then you know, he's got fucking hell, he's got his own people in slavery. It's fucking crazy. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Yeah, and that's a big part of the draw of this mark. It's basically been presented as a boon, as a blessing, as a as some form of salvation. And then with the big push you're gonna get is like as that crisis come, man, that time of Jacob's trouble, when that hell is being enacted, and Jacob getting fucked up, especially. Then what that mark is gonna seem even more so like, oh no, it's a blessing. They're gonna feel, oh, you do care, you will save us. That's the mindset they're gonna have towards it. But it's Esau's still Esau in his nature. Those that take it, they're gonna have that sore, that grievesome sore. And then, as it says, the punishment is they're gonna have to burn with Esau, man. They have to be destroyed with Esau. And really, it's just the Jake. Because among Jake, those that take it, they're gonna have to get taken out, man. They're not gonna make it on this side. They need to taste a second death to then, come back. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Shalom.